What's up, Guardians? J-Man here, and today we're doing something a little different. I wanted to make a play-by-play breakdown of a round that I won in Trials to give you insight into the thoughts that are going through my head. PvP is just as much of a mental game as it is a first-person shooter, so learning what actions to take during second-to-second combat is really what will give you the advantage over your opponents. Now obviously this is Endless Vale, and my goal for playing this map is to try to be the first to control the center. I essentially want to force the other team out of map control and punish their mistakes. My mental game starts thinking before the play begins by taking a look at the enemy's subclasses. I first see a Striker Titan and Dawnblade, two high movement subclasses that can potentially contest me while trying to get that center control. And then there's a Shadebinder, which has really strong crowd control with its freezing capabilities. So in my mind, I know that when I get to the center of the map, I need to stay very mobile, because if I don't, I'll get tagged with shoulder charges, lightning grenades, firebolts, cold snaps, and more. So the round starts, and I'm instantly hitting my Icarus dash and then timing a second one to break through into the cubby without getting sniped from the mid lane. Now I want to pause here on that second Icarus dash because what I'm doing is angling my camera to 3-peek and see if anyone is meeting me. And I can see that at least the Warlock is meeting me at top mid. The second thing that I'm observing here is my cooldowns. I have a Celestial Fire melee active, and this is a great way to apply some Scorch to the enemy while giving me a radiant damage buff. So I make a quick peek, throw the melee, and get back to cover. Two things here. One, I notice that the Warlock's not alone and has a Titan with him, so I'm keeping that in the back of my mind. And two, we just performed what I call an engagement to disengage, which basically means we traded some damage, but ultimately there were no defeats involved. If at any point you engage and disengage, you have to rotate to a new lane. The reason is, your position has been called out by the enemy, which means you're destined to get destroyed by all of the abilities we mentioned earlier. And you can listen as I rotate out. The Arc Titan did throw a lightning grenade, so if I stayed there, I'd be cooked. Now as I'm rotating to cube, I'm using an old D1 trick and watching the Scorch ticks through the wall. We can actually see here how the enemy engaged and disengaged but did not rotate, therefore we can punish them. But before doing anything crazy, I do take a quick glance at my radar. I'm seeing pings in Toilet Bowl behind me and another ping from the left. So what I want to do is force the Guardian in Cubby out towards B platform to isolate him from his teammates. An easy way to do this is to throw a Fireball grenade to the left of the Cubby. That will force this Titan to pop out, allowing me to push and clean up, while also keeping me in a safe position. Now back to the radar, the Guardian that was rotating through Toilet Bowl has maintained that position, which gives me a good opportunity to isolate the Warlock that we originally tagged with the Celestial Fire melee. He was pretty distracted by my teammate, which leaves me with an easy defeat. And the last thing I'm thinking here is we still have the Shadebinder in Toilet, but I really want to be cautious and not overcommit, because if I do, there's a strong chance I can get frozen or one hit by a shoddy. So watch this slide here. I put myself in great SMG range, but I'm not close enough to get hit by busted abilities. Here I realize that I still have some space to give, so I make a second slide, and this guy is pretty clueless and done for. So in reality, these are the types of thoughts that are going through my mind every round of Trials. Destiny really is like a match of chess where strategy can oftentimes beat skill. Guardians, that will conclude our video for today, and I'd love to get your thoughts on this type of content. If folks enjoy it, I'd definitely love to do it more often. We can even break down viewer submissions or even clips from some of the top PvP players in the game. You know the drill, a like and sub to the channel is appreciated, and as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the Cosmodrome.